Hey guys, welcome back to the Ascendants through Vedic Astrology series, and today we will be talking about the Sagittarius Ascendant. So, in case you don't know what an Ascendant is, your Ascendant is the sign that was rising in the East at the time of your birth. The Ascendant changes every couple of hours, and it's based on the constellation that was rising in the East at the time of your birth. So, in Vedic astrology, another term for the ascendant is called your lagna, which means that which has been screwed into place. And this means that at the time of your birth, the positioning of the planets and the constellations, as they shine down on you, basically this mounts your individual personality, past life karma, your passions, your soul desire, your family life, your career, and all that good stuff into place. So, I am a Vedic astrologer and I offer Vedic astrology readings. So, if you want a Vedic astrology reading, go to vincent.thunderwizard.com right there. And yeah, we will. So, with that Vedic astrology reading, I give you your ascendant, your Vedic astrology ascendant, your sun sign, your moon sign, your Ishta Devata, your Dharma Devata, your Palana Devata, and what those mean, all those means is like the planets or the deities that want to work with you, based on your own planetary placements. It's just something that if you work with those deities, then they will work hard to bless you in this life. So there's also I will give you a spiritual name based on your planets, based on your birth chart, and your lucky gemstone. I'll give you a gemstone that you can go get if you so choose. Another thing is the Aruda Lagna. I'll tell you what your Aruda Lagna is. I will give you a mantra specific to your Dharma Devata. And so I'll give you the mantra and ritual based on your Dharma Devata. And these are basically where you can just trigger that deity to give you blessings in this life in different areas of life and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's a really great astrology reading. It gets all the most important things, most important details of your chart, and gives them to you in a package that's very practical and very easy to understand. So there's that. So if you want one of those readings, go to vincent.thunderwizard.com up here. You can type that in and it'll take you right to the site. So, alrighty. So we're talking about Sagittarius Ascendant today. Sagittarius Ascendants are very philosophical or religious, or they're natural preachers. They believe in a higher power and always want to discuss deep intellectual or spiritual topics. So that's a great thing about Sagittarius Ascendant. This can be a very good thing or a bad thing depending on where Jupiter is placed within the birth chart. So, for instance, they might be very philosophical and very stuck in their dogma about their, like, say, if it's a white supremacist or something like that, they might be stuck in that, like, in that philosophy. But if it's, someone who is like a philanthropist, they might be, very charitable and things like that. So it's, it just depends on, like, the environment the person grew up in and where Jupiter's placed and all that good stuff. So it's yeah. But generally Sagittarius Ascendant is seen as a good benefic sign. So yeah. Moving on. So let's talk about the 12 houses in the chart of the Sagittarius Ascendant. So if you have Sagittarius Ascendant, that means Sagittarius in the first house. That means you would have Capricorn in the second house. So Capricorn in the second house. Capricorn is things like hard work. Second house is things like money, work, income, daily routines, values, priorities, habits, work ethic, things like that. And so someone with this placement may be very cautious or disciplined about their investments, about their income, about their wealth, and things like that. They might be, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so Saturn is the disciplined planet. So it might show that they're pretty disciplined with their work, with their money, with their income, daily routines, habits, and things like that. So it's a pretty good placement there. Aquarius, so you would have a Sagittarius Ascendant would have Aquarius in the third house. Now Aquarius is things like utopian desires, and the third house is things like communication, thinking, siblings, social activities, neighbors, early education, things like that. So someone with this placement may communicate well with their siblings. They'll probably communicate well with their siblings and may have interest in groups that discuss philosophy or religion, because again, that's the Sagittarius Ascendant, so that's going to be the overarching theme of like everything. But I mean, these planetary placements, or these where the houses are placed or where the constellations are placed, have a important role in that too. So then we move on to Pisces in the fourth house. And Pisces is spirituality, and the fourth house is home, mother, foundations, family, emotions, and self-care. And so yeah, someone with this placement would maybe the spiritual leader in their home, or they might be they would want their home to be calm, peaceful, spiritual, like a Zen type vibe. And so their homes will probably have this very spiritual feeling about them, basically. Let's see. So then we have Aries in the fifth house. And Aries is things like taking action. Aries is very action oriented and just like charges ahead without really thinking about things or thinking things through. They're just very bullheaded. So we have Aries in the fifth house, and the fifth house is things like romance, play, creativity, fertility, joy, self-expression, and drama. And someone with this placement will be very passionate about raising children, they'll be passionate about romance, creativity, self-expression, They'll be very active with their children if they have children. Yeah, this is a very energetic placement because we have Aries here in the 5th house, and so activities with children is like a big theme for these people. So, then we have Taurus in the 6th house, and Taurus is what you value, and the 6th house is things like health, fitness, pets, work habits, organization, usefulness, and service. So, someone with this placement will, they'll probably value the service they provide to others, because Taurus's value in 6th house is like service that they provide. They may take great care of their health and fitness. They'll be, very, they'll value their health and fitness and their own, health a lot. So, they'll probably be very into health and fitness and taking care of themselves. And they can also turn enemies into friends with this Taurus placement because Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the sign of, or the planet of, friendship, beauty, things like that. So it's a very good placement overall. So now we go to Gemini in the 7th house. Now, Gemini is things like communication, commerce, but mainly communication if we're talking about 7th house, because this 7th house is the house of relationships, marriage, contracts, business partners, equality, and sharing. So, someone with this placement will have a very talkative or communicative spouse, which is good. I mean, communication is important in relationships and in marriage and all that good stuff, so that's a good placement. So then we have Cancer in the 8th house. Now, Cancer is emotions, and the 8th house is the house of sudden transformations, sudden changes, birth, death, sex, transformation, merging energies, shared finances, inheritance, assets, property, real estate, and joint ventures, things like that. So, someone with this placement will have a spouse, may have a spouse that offers more emotional support than materialistic support. So, this person, the spouse, will be very communicative and emotionally supportive. So that's two great things in a spouse. And with Cancer here, they're very emotionally invested in the relationship. The spouse will be very emotionally invested. So, yeah, that's a great placement. So then we have Leo in the 9th house, and Leo is self-expression, and the 9th house is things like international travel, wisdom, philosophy, religion, higher education, foreign cultures, and learning. And so with this placement, someone with this placement will be very expressive about their religious, spiritual, and philosophical beliefs. So yeah, Leo is basically the sun, or self-expression, creativity, things like that. And then we have that self-expression and creativity in the house of religion, philosophy, higher education, religion, foreign cultures, learning, and so they're going to be very, very expressive about their philosophies and their things like that. So it's a cool placement. I like it. So then we have Virgo. We have Virgo in the 10th house. Now, Virgo is very analytical, very detail oriented, and the 10th house is things like career, long-term achievements, status, reputation, public image, fame, fathers, and experts. And so someone with this placement someone with this placement will make great accountants. Things like accountants, financial analysts, financial advisors, bankers, judges, lawyers, professors, teachers, business people, and even government employees. So, I mean, Virgo in the 10th house, this person can pretty much do anything. I mean, they can do a lot if they're, playing into their detail-oriented, analytical nature in this house. So that's pretty good, cool placement there. So alrighty, let's see. Moving on, we have Libra in the 11th house. And Libra is things like balance, and the 11th house is things like groups, friends, humanitarianism, technology, the future, hopes and wishes. And so someone with this placement will have a good balance in their social life, with their friends, their groups of friends and things like that. And they can make friends with pretty much anyone because, they'll be very friendly towards pretty much everybody. And why is that? Because Libra is ruled by Venus, and again, Venus is the sign of beauty, friendship, like good, benefic, like nice things, pleasant things in life. So they won't be harsh to their friends or anything like that. They'll just be a very friendly, good person. So it's a good sign. I'm really liking Sagittarius Ascendant. In fact, I have Sagittarius Ascendant in my D9 in my Navamsha chart. So that's I'm looking forward to that triggering in my life. So that'll be when I get a little bit older. So yeah. So then we have Scorpio in the 12th house. Now, Scorpio is transformation, things like sudden transformation, changes, and then the 12th house is spirituality, healing, solitude, karma, the afterlife, the unconscious mind, things like that. And so someone with this placement may tap into their spirituality through dark things, or through like things like the occult or secret spiritual practices that bring deep transformation on a deep level. So it's a very interesting sign here. Scorpio is like it's basically deep water, so like it can be very emotional, very transformative, it's very mysterious, and I guess the word would be dark, but I mean, having that in the 12th house is actually a really good thing. it's an interesting way to tap into your spirituality, so it's cool. Alrighty, guys, that does it for me. So if you'd like to get a Vedic astrology reading, once again, to discover more about your birth chart, and the most important things within your birth chart, go to vincent.thunderwizard.com, right there. And we will talk to you later. Take care.